Welcome to Potion Sword Run. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Helldivers 2 being the first domino to fall. That's right, Helldivers 2, published by Sony themselves. Not MLB like MLB The Show. By Sony. Is going to come to Xbox in August. Helldivers 2. Now, it just makes sense, right? This is a live service games that needs more players so that, the revenue can keep on flowing. Sony needs this money. So it just makes perfect sense. Fanboys out there are the only ones that are going to be complaining. People who actually play Helldivers 2 are not going to be complaining because there's more people to join the fight now. It just makes sense. What also makes sense though to me is Marvel's token, because it's also kind of like a live service game. You need people to play online. You need that constant revenue with new costumes, new characters, new levels, and so on. I'm not sure what it's going to have, but I'm sure they're going to try to live service it as much as they can. So I believe that it's going to come to Xbox as well. But it's not going to stop there. I said dominoes just falling. Death Stranding 2, obviously, is going to come to Xbox. Why? Because the first one's on Xbox. It just makes sense. Now, I'm not sure if the first party single players are going to come to Xbox because they're not reliant on multiplayer. They're not relying on people jumping in, with the nickel and diming people with battle passes. And it's not a live service game, so you don't necessarily need that influx of players if the game sells well to begin with. But then again, those are extra sales, So, if you're going to put the live service games on there, why not just put the single player games on there? Especially because they're already coming out on PC. You can play them on Steam. And eventually, you'll be able to play them on, this is an Xbox, whatever Xbox you have through the Xbox app when it has integrated, aggregated libraries. When your Steam library is connected to your Xbox app, you can play anywhere. So maybe Sony sees the writing on the wall and says, well, if we're going to be able to play PlayStation games on your Xbox, might as well just sell these games to Xbox players as well. But that's just me thinking, like a businessman, thinking what's best for the company, for the studios, for the people who work at the studios, and not only that, for the players as well. Back in the day when I was younger, I used to think exclusivities were like, the best thing ever. You can't have Halo, ha ha ha. You can't have Gears, ha ha ha. But then, I would always get every console. But then again, it goes the other way around. You can't have The Last of Us. You can't have Uncharted. You can't have Spider-Man. But it's like, why? Why? Just choose the console that you like the best. If you like the Xbox controllers like I do, you like the interface like I do, you like Xbox Live, they're the leaders, like I do, then you get an Xbox. If you like PlayStation weird-ass controller that doesn't even fit in your hand ergonomically, then you get a PlayStation controller. It does have freaking that haptic feedback. Awesome. And Astro Boy was awesome. Some games don't take advantage of it, and that is just shame on you game developers. But if you prefer the PlayStation for whatever reason, not making fun of you, not, jokes aside, then get that. If you like playing on PC, then play it on PC. The game should just be available everywhere for everybody to buy. Everybody wins. Then you can just complain about or argue about it plays better on PlayStation, it plays better on Xbox, and that's where you guys can be fanboying at if you want. But at least both of you will come with experiencing the game, so you have something to argue about. Because arguing back and forth over a game that some people are not even going to play doesn't make sense to me. But it does make sense to put all these games on Xbox. Put them everywhere you can. Helldivers is the first one to follow, to fall. And then I guarantee Death Stranding is going to follow. And Marvel's token is going to follow too. And might as well put God of War, Uncharted collection. How many Last of Us have you guys released on the PlayStation? Like 500? Put all those 500 on Xbox too, because that just means more money. Less development time. Actually put people to work. The studios, get afloat. People who haven't played the game get to play, get new fans. The show starts blowing up even more. Except for that little ugly girl who just ruined it for me. She was great in Game of Thrones, because she was she fit the script, her face, like a little, anyways. But then in the show, Allie? Come on, we already have a picture of Allie. I guess the people who are casuals and never saw the show, I mean, they have no reference, but now if they see the reference. But I'm just saying, put games everywhere, man. And I think that's what's gonna happen. Yep. Helldivers is just the first one to fall. And soon the dominoes will just stack, 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 stack. And then what we have to complain about? We have nothing to complain about if that happens, you know? The actual fanboy wars, the console wars, will be over. Imagine that. The console wars being over. Like all that arguing, like half the arguing on Twitter is console war related stuff, you know what I mean? Imagine peace between all consoles. Peace between all gamers. We could probably cure humanity, man. Because gamers, we're a rowdy bunch. You know, we range from youngins, from 5-year-olds to like 80-year-olds. If we band together to put our brain power and our will and our skills towards anything, we can accomplish freaking dreams come true for everyone. We can accomplish wonders. Like, you think the Grand Canyon is a sight to behold? Psst, imagine what we can do if we had no war. If it was just peace and kumbaya. Hey, you want to borrow my game? Awesome! Here you go! Now, that would be awesome if you just buy one type of game and then play it on any type of system. Like a universal game format. Instead of these game developers and publishers, freaking console makers fighting against each other. It's like, come on, can't we all just get along? But no, because some of them are greedy and want more of the profits instead of sharing. But at least their games act together now. At least when it comes to games, because they see that it's good for them as well. Not just great for gamers, but it's good for them. But this is something to celebrate. Anybody who out there is spreading any ill will towards this, like Dreamcast guy, I didn't watch his video, but I saw his thumbnail and he's like, why? It's like, why not, man? Like, share. Share. Like, I didn't have a mother growing up. I grew up with my grandmother, and she was very rough around the edges. But, you know, she always gave me what I needed, obviously. But she was always working, so she didn't have time to, like, we didn't really talk. You know, she's like a tough woman, Mexican. Anyways, so we didn't really get that heart to heart. But I would like to believe that most people out there who have mothers growing up taught them that sharing is caring. You know? So, I don't know. I just think this is good. Let me know what you guys think. Now I'm thinking, because I was going to get a joystick. What are those things called? An arcade stick for Marvel's Token. I was like looking, you know, researching what kind of arcade stick to get. And I figured I wanted to get it for that game because it's going to be a brand new game and it'll start from the bottom up. And those are PlayStation exclusives. I was going to get a PlayStation arcade stick. But now, if it's coming out on Xbox, I mean, why not just get it on Xbox? I love Xbox, I love the controllers, but I can also get an arcade stick. I'm not sure if they have an arcade stick that works for both Xbox and PlayStation. If they do, let me know. I mean, I'll Google it, but you know, if you guys have a recommendation out there, somebody who's into the arcade stick scene, let me know if one works for both, because then I'll just buy that one, because just in case the game does not come out for Xbox, or just in case I want to play some fighting games on Xbox, Killer Instinct or something. Put that shit on PlayStation, man. Make a new one. What are you doing, Microsoft? Is it on PlayStation? I don't know. I don't think it is, but I think I would heard about it. Anyways, good times, guys. Good times. Good talking to you. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I know I'm rambling, but I don't want to let you go because I can feel the excitement, you know, that you have for Helldivers 2 on Xbox. $40? I wonder if it's gonna be cheaper. Or $40 without the DLC? Psh, that's even better. We'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, always be kind to yourself and enjoy your life. And I'll meet you right there. Peace. Today we're gonna look at Buddy. Check him out. He's my biggest cat. He has options, but he likes to sit. He's my biggest cat. He has options when it comes to boxes, obviously, but he likes to sit in the smallest one. He doesn't really fit, but whatever, as long as he's happy. In the end of the day, that's all that really matters. Peace.